Another person, just kind of going to the fifth pick here, with Seattle, that I would love to see go there. And I do think if Seattle signs him, they're going to break the record for the decibel meter, Jake. Just the way this man plays. I know a lot of things in his profile is maturity. They want him to mature a little bit. I say here, I know we compare people to Aaron Donald a lot. I just say Aaron Donald elite. No one will ever be Aaron Donald. No one will ever be your Michael Jordan or your LeBron James. But this guy can be very, very elite if he matures. And I got Jalen Carter, right? 6'3", coming out of Georgia, 314 pounds. Jake, we all know like the headline stuff, that stuff came out right before, the bowl game. We know all the stuff he has to go through, right? He has to do community service, driving classes. I know he's been through a lot when it comes to the reckless driving piece. But you work on that, right? You work on that. No one's perfect. And you follow them through. You make sure that they mature and kind of see where they go. Jalen Carter could be a great addition to the Seahawks, right? Pete Carroll talking about Geno Smith and evaluating quarterbacks in the draft and understanding what that looks like. A defensive guy like this, you got Bobby Wagner back. So you got someone that can coach this guy up. We talk about maturity. Bobby Wagner be like, hey, come talk to me, young man. All right, let me just show you, the way to operate. And so I like a Jalen Carter playing on the defensive line for the Seahawks. They got a decent team, Jake. I mean, we watched, last year they were struggling at the beginning and they kind of brought it around towards the end of the year. Hey, they beat out the Rams, right? And so a guy like Jalen Carter would be a great addition to their team. Like I said, I think they break the decibel meter, right, Jake, if they bring him on that football team. I think he's going to cause some havoc. He's going to create some sacks, and he was a part of a defense at UGA who didn't allow more than 77 yards per game. To be a part of that, that's a mentality. You know what I mean? So if he brings that mentality to the Seahawks where Bobby Wagner is, it's only going to spread. It's only going to spread for the rest of the team, and folks going to be that much more dangerous. So I got Jalen Carter going to the Seahawks at number 5.
I do too. The crazy, great minds think alike, but it's, I think, 3 out of the 5 there. We have, but no, I think Jalen Carter, at the end of the day, he's one of the best players in this draft. He has off the field stuff. It's not as concerning as it's been in the past. We've seen honestly worse. Lyle Collins got blown up into something that it really wasn't. The poor guy was trying to help the authorities out, and he ended up going undrafted. But when I look at Jalen, Carter, to me, the Seahawks need help on their defensive line. And I think that people forget, yes, Jaron Reed, that was a good pickup. And yes, they have Draymond Jones. Miles Adams and Brian Moan is not going to be enough. And they lost Poona Ford in free. Well, he's still a free agent, but he's not on the team. So I think Jalen Carter fits right in there. I don't know why this pick is mocked anything other than Jalen Carter at this point. I see way too many mocks not having him going here. I think this is the perfect fit. Otherwise, you trade down. If he doesn't make sense for you, then you're not interested. You need the position, but you don't want to deal with the red flags. And if that's the case, trade down, go get a Daba War or go get Cansey. But to me, I agree with you. I think Carter makes the most sense at 5 here.